So, another day in the Great Falls Park memory card. Well, I wouldn't say memory card, but just continuing on the slow journey slash, I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Anyways, another Great Falls Park picture, kind of like what I've stated. I took enough for good over, so I think I should last another day or two with this, I guess, little series that I'm doing with just this one location. So we go here and check. Again, I'm not too good as far as knowing what animal I'm looking at or my species of animals, but it's just this one bird. I'm just gonna say animal because I don't want to sound stupid, although I may be. But it's just this one animal here that he was sitting on a rock. Again, if I had the behind the scenes footage, it would have been much more. It would have been way better, but I checked crooked, as I come to expect. So there's nothing really I could do there. But anyways, that's his first crop there. So yeah, I saw this bird, or I'm sorry, I saw this animal here. It's sitting on the rocks. And I decided to capture as many photos as I could, or to the best of my ability, of him just standing there. I don't know, the way how he was kind of standing still, and then the water splashing behind him. I think it came out to be a really, really nice photo. If we just raise up the exposure, I think you can see him a little bit better now. Again, I don't know what species of bird, or whatever the case may be. I don't know what species this is, but just gonna refer to him, or I'm gonna refer to it as just the animal. That's all I'm gonna say. So again, yeah, unfortunate that once again, this, I'm not gonna say this photo because relatively the photo came out all right, but this video kind of, again, lacking behind the scenes footage. It's unfortunate. But kind of like what I stated, I should have a solution to that soon. So just a couple more days, maybe. Maybe by day 40, maybe. You guys may know the difference. Now, speaking of day 40, or just really how I've been doing over the past couple of videos now, since I like to, on each 10th video, I like to always make a change for these journey videos that I'm working on, right? And before recording, my mom gave me, not really advice, but just, I guess a tip, really, or just for me to just to think about it and see how I think about it. But she stated to me that, in these videos, over the past couple 35 videos that I've been doing so far, well, 36 if you're counting this one, but over the past 35 videos that I've been uploading, sharing onto YouTube for you guys to see, I've only been editing one video or one photo. Now, throughout the editing process, I'm sure for those that are interested, I'm sure it's no big deal. But she just stated to me that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea if I were to, maybe not in a way vlog, but show a little bit more. And what I mean by that is basically stating that, in a way, don't vlog, because personally speaking, I don't like vlogging, or I've never been used to vlogging. But in a way, show the audience a little bit more as far as the photo taking process. Again, for the people who are interested in the editing process, I'm sure they're fine with it. They're fine with this style of videos, right? But she just said to me, just think about including more photos, maybe more clips onto your videos. And I kind of was like, all right, I'll think about it. But just before I started recording, I really actually, it kind of got me wondering, you know, as far as with, because again, the way how I've intended this to happen is daily uploading it every day, making a video and uploading it, right? Which I think for the most part, I think I've done a pretty okay job, right? But if I were by any chance to do that, as far as I'm just gonna state it just by vlogging, because I don't know what other word or how would you say it, but if I were to vlog, I guess my photo taking process. I'm not talking about editing. I'm talking about my photo taking. I don't know if that would be an interesting idea. As far as with the weekends, that may be a possibility, and even though I may be spoiling it or not, that is probably something that I'm gonna do with on day 40, or at least test it just to see how me with my workflow and how it comes out. I just want to see how it would come out. But I don't know. As far as right now, as it stands, I really, in all fairness, don't have an answer as far as if I'm going to do that. Again, it wasn't like I was going to do it anyways. It's just, again, she just stated for me to kind of just think about it. Just think about it. You know, maybe adding that onto your videos. So maybe mostly the reason why I'm talking about it right now to you guys is, I don't know. I really took some time to really think about it, and maybe that would be interesting for you guys to, you know, just another portion of the journey that I'm already starting off, right? So again, it wasn't that I intended for this journey to be always evolving in any way, shape, or form, for the better, or hell, maybe even for the worse, but to always be in some way, shape, or form changing. I wasn't always, and as it stands right now, I don't always have the, I'm not always gonna be doing these styles of photos or these styles of videos throughout my whole journey. Now, how long is that journey gonna last? I don't know. I really don't know. But just something that she stated that, again, it really got me wondering. But I would really need to think about that more as time goes by. Again, if that were to be the case, I would most likely do it for the weekend. During weekdays, that may be a little bit difficult. But anyways, now that I kind of got that out of the way, I was still, as I'm recording this right now, I am still very pleased on how my last photo turned out, as far as with masking, maybe dehazing, and that's mostly, I mostly have to give thanks to that, again, to that Iceland guy. Really just the main inspiration for me, really even going ahead as far as attempted with masking. But I mostly have to give props to that for the photos, or the opportunity I was given to really go out and to capture these photos, because I'm sure if I'd done it in any other location and or scene, as I'm gonna call it, maybe probably would have not been the best, or it probably would have not came out as good as it came out for yesterday, right? But nonetheless, so far I'm kind of following the theme of from last video, and as far as creating an illusion of light source for this picture. Now, again, I'm not sure. It's not that every single time I'm gonna have it in the corner. As you guys saw, I was contemplating as far as if I were to have it in the middle, but more looking at it realistically speaking, since this is relatively on the left side where the sun was supposed to come out. Again, since it was cloudy, that's why in this video I have the light source on the left side. as opposed to yesterday's video, which the light source was on the right side, right? But again, it's not that I'm gonna copy. It's not that I'm gonna copy yesterday's photo. I'm sure I'm gonna try to do something different, at least with this photo, or at least try to. But I don't know. I still, to this day, I really liked how that came out. And I think so far, as far as with masking, I think we have a okay illusion going on, because we see that the light source just ever so slightly in the corner, and that's kind of lighting up, I guess, the left portion of the rocks. Hell, maybe what we might do is add in radial gradient over here, maybe stretch out a little bit, and then maybe if we were to twist it or turn it, maybe we slightly decrease the exposure. That way we get that, we kind of add into that illusion, as far as this is the left side in a way. The left side of the rocks are exposed, while the right side is partially, or in some cases, underexposed. Just adding on to that effect. So far I think we've done a pretty good job. If we were to, I mean, so far I really liked how it's coming out. I really like it. Now again, with this photo, since it was taken on a cloudy day, and if I were to just test it, yeah, warm in this photo would not be very ideal. So cool in this photo is gonna be, I guess, the theme of this photo yet again. I was about to say I want to test out objects on masking, but I guess there seems to be some sort of issue going on that it just slides out, or just kind of freezes Lightroom and slides me out. So unfortunately, we're not gonna do what I had in mind, but again, we're gonna try to do the best that we can. So what I wanted to do is, at least in this case, just mostly grab the water here. I'm gonna try my best as far as to not get the animal here, because the animal is gonna be its own separate mask. Again, it doesn't really have to be perfect, and if I need to make any other changes, well, I can come back to it. So what I'm gonna try to do, since I've already kind of have a pretty good mask with the water, I'm just gonna go in here, mostly primarily focus on just grabbing right here, just making sure I grab, I guess, the nitty gritty. That makes sense, but at the same time, if there's any changes, I'll just come back. All right, we should be good there. So what I want to do with the water, I believe it or not, I liked how it came out beforehand or on yesterday's photo. If I were to maybe, okay, I don't want to add in too much dehaze, and believe it or not, since I think this one comes in with a little bit too much, maybe increase in dehaze would actually be better, possibly. So we'll probably just, I think for right now, we'll just leave it as it is. All right. As far as with masking, we should be good. Again, I just done some basic adjustments. I'm not even really halfway there. But then again, maybe this photo may not need as much adjustment as I would figure, right? So the color mixture, if I were to, okay, raise up saturation, because I kind of like how it makes the photo a little bit more warmer. Although maybe making it more cooler. But maybe then again, it really shouldn't be as cool, but maybe just a slight increase with luminance as well. I think so far with any other color that would be affecting this photo, let's see here. I don't think so. So we're just gonna leave color mixer for now. Go on to color gradient, just adding on to the blues or to the cools. I think the way how we have it, just slightly. Although more looking at it, if we were to push it more towards kind of the purple side, I think it looks out, or I think it'll kind of fit the photo a little bit better. But believe it or not, I'm kind of debating if I should put more cool into this. I don't think so. With midtones, I would really need to think about that. Okay, I actually like that. It's just very minor. You can barely see any difference, but with midtones, I actually like that. And now with highlights, maybe if I were to put it towards the pink side, what difference will it make? It just makes the photo ever so slight magenta. I think I personally like that, so we're gonna keep that. Okay, again, changes what we've done with color grading. It's just mostly making the photo a little bit more cooler. With detail, as I kind of zoom in here, again, I tried my best. This is yet again with the 100 to 400 millimeters. I guess there seems to be bad luck between me and that lens, but I don't blame the lens. I'm probably just gonna blame myself because I'm sure the lens can capture really good photos if used properly. It's just me, the person taking the photo, that needs more help / training, right? So, but anyways, I don't want to make this photo too pixelated. So maybe the way how it was with sharpening. And then with radius, just maybe a slight increase. And then mostly here with denoise, I would want to try my best. Although, again, would anyone really notice a dramatic change? Probably not. But nonetheless, with luminance, it kind of makes it a little bit more smoother in some way. So we're just gonna kind of in the middle. Detail. Personally speaking, I think we should just leave detail the way how it was. And smoothness, which is what I kind of want to see here. I mean, I don't really see any physical change, so we'll just leave that be. So with detail, very minor. We may not even. Okay, we just removed the black dots from the photo. That's really the change we made. As I'm looking at it here, I'm probably gonna have to go back in onto the masks and kind of expose or underexpose more of the layers that we've done so far with some of them. Not all of them, with some of them. Although a grand majority of them already looks pretty good. So maybe as I look at it, what if we were to add in more of a crop, or not a crop, a vignette effect? I don't want to do it too much, but I really like how we have this illusion as far as creating a light source on the left side and kind of panning towards where the animal's sitting, kind of on. Okay, I'll say on the center, in the center of the rock, and then the corners of the rock kind of get faded out, kind of into darkness. I actually really like that. Calibration, this probably is going to be the last change I do before I head back into masking. So with calibration, I need to be very careful of my blues here, because I do see I'm kind of overexposed, or I'm kind of pushing it. I'm a little bit pushing it, but just a slight increase in saturation, just ever so slightly. Hue, that can stay the same. I'm trying to see what what I tend to do is I tend to slide the sliders and see what changes I make, or what changes I see, then kind of have a neutral point as far as where do I want to put it at, which I think at 12 should be nice. With the red, I mean, you can kind of see a difference, you kind of not. So maybe just put in it also kind of level, or kind of put in all the sliders on par as far as with saturation, right? And then with tint, maybe if we were to just very slight, just 1 point, but I think we should be good. Okay, a little bit more cooler. This photo may be a little bit too cool or too blue, but I think it's personally for me, I think I like it. It kind of adds into the photo. So far, it's definitely a change. You know, we see here it's kind of the grand majority, except for the water, is underexposed. But now we've kind of put in our little magic. We've done some layers. We've done some masks. All really the finishing touches would really need to be in some way, shape, or form exposing some portions of the masks. Not too much, but just ever so slightly. How maybe even raising up some contrast so it can kind of in some way, shape, or form kind of blend in. Because I don't want to just simply expose the rocks and just leave it like that. I kind of just want to in some way, shape, or form kind of have it blending in. So maybe if we were to decrease highlights, since this mask is the main mask, this would be the one that we would definitely need to see. But I think as far as with right now, I think that one should be good. This one up in the corner, again, I don't want to do too much, but maybe if we were to just so slightly maybe just raise it up in the corner, because who knows, I was thinking of maybe if we can add in like sun rays or sunbeams, but I think that'd be a little bit overkill, and quite frankly I think we should just leave it like that. So just something minor, something very minor that I guess it gets the audience knows, okay, that's where the light's coming from. And believe it or not, I'm kind of making the same mistake as I did yesterday. And so what I'm gonna do, instead of having a radial grading, we're gonna add in a linear grading. And maybe, just maybe, it makes it a little bit better. Just a little bit better. I think if we were to leave it like that. Okay. I think that suits the photo a little bit better. With having that just, because again, I don't want to just have a kind of a circle in the corner and then making it a little bit obvious. I just want to have it subtle. So I think with radial gradient, it's going to serve us better. With the water, maybe if we were to raise up slightly the contrast so that way here it can kind of get that cool effect added to it, maybe, but I think we should be good. Water, this one's for the blacks. Maybe if we were to just slightly decrease blacks so it can kind of blend in more. Although we already have a vignetting effect, just finishing touches. And believe it or not, as I look at it, I don't think I'm gonna need another mask for the animal right here. The main I guess attraction. Although, okay, you know what? I'll think about it, and if I decide on doing any changes, then I'll do that. But right now, I just gotta really think about it. More looking at it, we've added in our masks. We've added in different layers. We've added in a vignetting effect. We've done some changes, some color grading, basic adjustments, some effects to it, and a little bit of calibration. We got before, very dull, lifeless, underexposed. You can't really see what the subject is. And then now, maybe a little too cool as far as with the blues, but personally speaking, I actually dig that. So, believe it or not, I think that is going to be it for this photo. I do see myself, although as I'm looking at it, I do see myself that I'm kind of copy and pasting from yesterday's photo. But I think in some way, shape, or form, I think this is a little bit different in its own, in some way. Although some may argue that it's the same, I don't blame them. Here now we have an actual subject. What I was probably thinking is probably making an outline with the subject and kind of having, you know, just the top and really kind of an outline on his whole body, on the left side of his body, to kind of be a little bit more exposed than the other, but that's probably going to be for another photo, and for a better, decent photo that I actually have a close-up of an animal, right? Which in this case, it's not going to be. But as far as for this photo, I actually really liked how this turned out. We look at the raw photo, dull, underexposed, not too much to really look at. Edited photo, maybe too bluish for some. I'm not going to take that away. But with the different masks and the different layers we did, as far as with underexposed on the right side, maybe exposing more of the center / left side, adding in that light source in the corner, making this a little bit bluer. Personally, for me, I liked how this came out. Although, again, I can see the similarities from last photo. I still liked how this came out. And again, I really am enjoying these past videos, as far as with this video and last video, or mostly last photo, just solely on the fact that I'm utilizing more masking, and in some way, shape, or form, I'm utilizing more Lightroom as a whole. And I guess for my finished products, as far as with the photos, I'd say it's really serving me well. Again, I have said that Photoshop is probably going to be added into this journey, but I still need to learn a lot more. Although I'm working on thumbnails. I think that's coming out really handy. I still need to learn a little bit more from Photoshop. So then maybe we can just add in a few effects to these photos. The majority of the work will be in Lightroom, but just finishing touches maybe will be on Photoshop. I will still have to think about that, but as far as with right now, Photoshop is probably not going to be included in these photos, but I don't know, day 36. Soon should be, or soon is going to be my answer as far as when are we going to get Photoshop. I plan on doing it before, or by day 45. I should be implementing it now to my videos. By day 45, that's going to be the goal I have for myself. Day 45, so roughly in 9 days, I should learn as much as I can to start utilizing Photoshop for my photo editing process, right? But nonetheless, did I like how this photo came out? Absolutely. I mean, these past two photos, I think they've, in my personal take, washed away all the previous photos in levels I could never even imagine. And just seeing, I guess in some way, shape, or form, already for me seeing that growth when we're already 36 videos into this journey, I'm really excited as far as what's going to be the next step, the next level to kind of make these photos in some way, shape, or form stand out again. But that's the reason why this is a journey, and I'm excited to see what's the next step, or what's the next leap onto this journey. But other than that, I don't have much, and I don't have anything else to say. I thank you all so much for watching, and hopefully for day 37 tomorrow, if we continue on this Great Falls Park photos, should have another good photo for you tomorrow.